one, all hats off to them for the great game Friday night. But they also had about 19 or 20 returning starters. We had. You only worked 2 days last week? Returning like 4 on defense and don't know who the returning starter on offense from last year's squad. So, that comes into play. But, like I told the big staff, I must admit, we had most of our kids in they did a great job entering the bell in the second half. We circled up at the end of the fourth quarter. We looked at everything as a 4-round fight, and we're going to do that whether we're up to the
linemen who max out like 154, maybe 175. But I think my hair's starting to really grow those linemen now for the past couple of years. And I saw a offensive line that really gave the quarterback last week some pretty good time in the pocket and gave him a chance to roll out. How are y'all going to continue to just, strive as a team and stay together and just get ready for district play?
Well, I preach block to the whistle. If that whistle does not blow, we should not be blocked. Not stop blocking. Nate did have plenty of time last week. Unfortunately, he didn't see the reads, and we will fix that. That's fixable. But it's my job to get the offensive line corrected on pass pro or even run blocking and blocking to the whistle every single play. That's my job. I'll continue to do that every week. We're going to get better every week. We've been getting better every week.
And you can see that on Friday night as the kids continue to get the experience. And like me and Wallace talked about during the game, Friday night, you saw a difference between a team that returned a lot of seniors and a team that's really starting to get that varsity football experience. And you can see that not just the offense, but the defense, coming together and reading their options and staying with their disciplines and, really grasping the game plan that you coaches throw out there. It's great to see. But Coach, now going into some later, what do you feel is going to be the key for your defense stopping this this Salado team has always got a great running offense. They run the wish team, countless. I think they perfected just about as good as Liberty Hill has. What shows game plan going against?
The key is you got to get lined up. They're from the huddle to the snap in about 4.5, 5 seconds. And so that creates a problem getting, being able to see the formation and line up. If they catch you misaligned, they're going to pop one on you. They don't have the size of the offensive line that Troy had, but their guys are a little more athletic, a little quicker. I'd say their backs are probably comparable. Formations are a little bit different, but really it's the speed from the huddle to the snap that, Troy gave you a little bit of time to kind of see it and line up and kind of make sure you're right. You're not going to have that.
You're listening to Black Cat Football and Greer Time Media. Let's take it to the booth with your host, Freddie Greer Sr.
Welcome back to my Head Sports Network. We're here at Joe Friday's. We're here with. Hey, bro, we're here with Trey Betts and Isai Garcia. Gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for joining us tonight and letting our community meet their Black Cats. So how y'all doing after that hard-fought loss Friday night? Working? Just working? Grinding it out? All right. We do have a tough Salado team coming up Friday night, which, we always usually play Salado pretty good. But we're coming in and with that one loss, that puts us 1-2. So how are y'all preparing for this tough Salado defense that y'all are going to be facing Friday night? And Mr. Garcia, Salado, they run the Wish T offense pretty good. And like I was telling Coach now, Salado, they got that down packed pretty good. What are y'all doing on defense to help y'all prepare to shut down that running offense that Salado has?
Well, really our outside linebackers have to stay on the outside, contain the run, bring it back inside so we can hit it up the middle. No linebackers are going to be there this game.
Now, I know going in Friday night, we hung in there pretty good against Navasota. But in the second half, they kind of just slowly pulled away. The ball kind of just bounced their way a couple times, and they capitalized on possessions. What are y'all doing this week to try to make sure that we continue to keep possession of the ball and just drive down the field? Yeah, I know that last week we kind of talked about the offensive penalties. My head would get a pretty good drive going. It would kind of slow y'all down because of a false start here and a hold there. But Friday night we saw a little bit of improvement on the offensive side. Of course, as fast as y'all play, you're going to wind up having penalties and. But it's just something you have to overcome in the end. But Friday night we did see an improvement on the offense with a little bit less penalties. But on the defensive side, the defense is playing pretty solid. Really not that many mistakes. The only thing is, sometimes we're letting receivers get too deep on our cover backs, So what are y'all doing to encourage your teammates? You're doing a great job, but hey, let me help you out here. What are y'all doing to continue to encourage your teammates who feel like they might have messed up?
Well, they know if they mess up, there's always another play. The game doesn't stop on one play, so you got to keep your head up. Tell our teammates keep their head up, keep working.
And one thing I always like to ask you guys before y'all leave, y'all have a lot of young players coming up.